Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'll be doing a case-based question from the Cbse 2025 board paper. Let's look at the question. Rahul is a lucky charm for his cricket team. He has a jar of cards with numbers from 10 to 74. Before each match, he draws a card from the jar. If the card bears an even number, the team wins. If the card is even and divisible by 5, they win by a big margin. If the number is an odd number less than 30, they win by a small margin. And if the number is a prime number between 50 and 74, they lose. Okay, now answer the following questions. If Rahul draws a card today, what is the probability that Rahul draws a card with an even number? Now, okay, so first let's calculate the total number of outcomes. So that is total number of outcomes will be equal to, because they've said that the numbers are from 10 to 74, right? I can find the total number of outcomes by subtracting 10 from 74 and adding 1 to it. Why do I have to add 1? Because both 10 and 74 are included in the numbers. Okay, so that gives me the total number of outcomes as equal to 65. Okay, now we have to find out what is the probability that Rahul draws a card with an even number. So let me write out the favorable outcomes for getting an even number between 10 and 74. Not between 10 and 74, 10 and 74 are also included in our options. So that is 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30 to 38, 40 to 48, 50 to 58, 60 to 68, and then I have 70, 72 and 74. Okay, so this is the sample space of the favorable outcomes. Now, so total number of favorable outcomes here would be equal to 33. So the probability of getting an even number is equal to 33 upon 65. That is total number of favorable outcomes divided by the total number of outcomes, which is 65. Now in the second part, they're asking you to find out what is the probability that Rahul draws a card with an odd number less than 30. Okay, so let's write out the favorable outcomes in this case. It has to be an odd number less than 30. So favorable outcomes will be, we'll start with 11, 13, 15, 17, 19, 21, 23, 25, 27, 29 and less than 30, right? So these are the only options. Now total number of favorable outcomes. Total number of favorable outcomes is equal to 10. And the probability of getting an odd number less than 30 would be equal to 10 divided by the total number of outcomes, which is 65. If I divide with 5 in the numerator and denominator, I would get 2 divided by 13. Now in the third part to the question, they're asking you to find out in the A part, what is the probability that Rahul draws a card with a prime number between 50 and 74? So let's write out the favorable outcomes. Now I have to think of all prime numbers between 50 and 74. Favorable outcomes will be, because it has to be prime numbers between 50 and 74, it will be 53, 59, 61, 67, 71 and 73. Okay, so total number of favorable outcomes here would be, total number of favorable outcomes is equal to 6, and probability of getting a prime number between 50 and 74 is equal to 6 upon 65. This is the A part to the question. Now there's one more part. In the B part, they're asking you to find out what is the probability that Rahul draws a card with an even number which is divisible by 5. Now the only even numbers which are divisible by 5 will be multiples of 10. Okay, so here the favorable outcomes will be equal to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 and 70. So number of favorable outcomes is equal to 7, and therefore probability of even number which is divisible by 5 is equal to 7 upon 65. If you have a math question that you'd like me to cover, drop it in the comments and I'll be happy to do a video just for you. Also, if you like my video, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you.